Hey there, Cowboys Nation! Welcome back to your ultimate destination for everything related to America's team. Whether you've been a lifelong fan, proudly sporting your blue and silver since day one, or you've just recently caught the Cowboys fever, this channel is the place for you. If you're one of those die-hard fans who can't get enough of your favorite team, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We've got you covered with the latest news, updates, and everything in between when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. Ladies and gentlemen, Cowboys Nation, buckle up because we've got some breaking news coming straight out of Dallas that you do not want to miss. The NFL world is on fire right now, and you've probably seen the buzz everywhere on social media, in the sports world, even in the local news. ESPN just dropped a bombshell announcement that's got everyone talking, and trust me, this is one you'll remember for years to come. The Dallas Cowboys have made a huge trade that could shake up the entire NFC, and it's not just a minor move, it's the kind of deal that might just change the course of the season and redefine their future. Whether you bleed blue and silver or you're just a fan of the drama and excitement that surrounds the NFL, this is one of those moments you'll want to be part of. This is big, and we're about to break down everything you need to know. So grab a snack, sit back, and let's dive into the details of what's been going down in Big D. Now, let's talk about the player involved in this massive trade. According to reports, the Cowboys have managed to land a high-impact player, someone who could very well be the missing piece in their championship puzzle. We're talking about a top-tier talent, one who brings a unique mix of speed, power, and versatility to the roster. This player isn't just another name on the depth chart. Whether it's a standout wide receiver, a dominant force in the trenches, or an absolute powerhouse on defense, this acquisition is setting the Cowboys up for success in a way that has many analysts buzzing with excitement. ESPN's analysts have been quick to weigh in on this move, and the consensus is clear: this is a game changer. It's a move that could elevate the Cowboys to a new level, and the reaction around the league has been nothing short of electric. Fans everywhere, Cowboys supporters, and even those rooting for rival teams are flooding social media to debate the implications of this trade. How does it impact the NFC? Who does this move affect the most? What does it mean for the Cowboys' Super Bowl hopes? The biggest question on everyone's mind: who are the Cowboys after, and who did they let go? Well, while we don't have all the details just yet, we can confidently say that the player the Cowboys have added to their roster is someone who's capable of making an immediate impact. With every team in the NFC now on high alert, including the Philadelphia Eagles, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Green Bay Packers, it's clear that Jerry Jones and the front office have made their intentions known. They're gunning for it all this season, and they've got the tools to do it. One of the major beneficiaries of this trade is going to be none other than Dak Prescott. As we all know, Dak's been under a microscope ever since his performance 2 seasons ago, when he led the league in interceptions. That type of scrutiny can be tough to handle, but Dak's shown time and again that he's got the mentality to bounce back. What's been the key to his success? A strong run game. When the Cowboys can establish the ground game and control the clock, it makes life a lot easier for Dak. It opens up the play-action game, it gives the offensive line breathing room, and it allows Prescott to play his best football. With this new addition to the roster, expect Dak to be more efficient, more confident, and more comfortable than ever before. But let's not forget about Tony Pollard. Pollard's been a fan favorite for a while now, and for good reason. The guy's explosive, dynamic, and he has the ability to turn any play into a game-changing moment. But there's a twist. Last season, the coaching staff realized that Pollard thrives best in a complementary role. He's an elite playmaker, but he's better when he's not tasked with being the true workhorse of the backfield. That's why this new addition is such a big deal. Pollard no longer has to carry the load all by himself. Now, he can go back to being that explosive change of pace weapon we all know and love, while the new guy handles the heavy lifting. This move doesn't take away from Pollard's role, it enhances it. It keeps him fresh, allows for more creative play calling, and maximizes his ability to make plays in space. Now, let's take a step back for a moment and zoom out to see what this trade means for the bigger picture. This trade doesn't just affect the Cowboys, it sends shockwaves across the NFC, especially when you think about Dallas' biggest rivals. For decades, the Cowboys have had some epic battles on the field, legendary showdowns, and unforgettable moments that have etched themselves into the fabric of NFL history. But as is always the case with the Cowboys, there's a question that keeps coming up: who is the team's true nemesis? Is it the Washington Commanders, the team that's been a thorn in Dallas' side for decades? Or is it the New York Giants, a squad that's delivered some serious heartbreak to Cowboys fans over the years? Maybe it's the Philadelphia Eagles, the team that's turned the NFC East rivalry into one of the most intense, heated matchups in all of football. Let's start with the Eagles. There's no denying that the Cowboys-Eagles rivalry has become one of the most must-watch games every season. These two teams consistently battle it out for supremacy in the NFC East, and often, those games have much bigger implications than just a division title. Both teams have playoff hopes, Super Bowl dreams, and more on the line every time they take the field. The hatred between the two fanbases runs deep, and the games always seem to bring out the best in both teams. Philly fans will tell you they can't stand the Cowboys, and well, let's just say the feeling is mutual for Cowboys fans. With the Eagles building a powerhouse team in recent years, this trade sends a clear message from the Cowboys. They're coming for that NFC East crown, and they're ready to compete with the best. But we can't forget about the San Francisco 49ers. If we're talking about historic rivalries, this one goes beyond just division matchups. It's about legacy, pride, and some of the most iconic moments in NFL history. Think back to the epic battles between Troy Aikman and Steve Young, the legendary showdowns of the 1990s that defined an entire era of football. And let's not overlook the more recent history. San Francisco has been a postseason nightmare for the Cowboys, with those gut-wrenching playoff losses still haunting Cowboys fans to this day. If there's any team that has consistently stood in the way of the Cowboys' Super Bowl dreams, it's the 49ers. But with this new addition to the roster, could this finally be the year the Cowboys get over the hump and take down San Francisco when it matters most? Then there's Green Bay. Cowboys fans know exactly what I'm talking about. The heartbreak, the playoff losses, and of course, that Dez Bryant catch that was ruled incomplete. These moments have been etched into the minds of Cowboys fans for years, and every time the Cowboys and Packers face off, the stakes feel higher than ever. Sure, Green Bay may not be in the NFC East, but they've been a major obstacle for Dallas over the years. Could this new acquisition be the one thing that gives the Cowboys the upper hand over the Packers? Could this be the year Dallas finally gets their revenge? Of course, we can't forget the Washington Commanders, the Cowboys' oldest rival. This is a matchup that dates back to the early days of the NFL. It's about tradition, history, and yes, pure dislike. No matter how good or bad each team is, you can always count on fireworks when these two face off. Washington may be in the midst of a rebuild, but this trade just made life a whole lot harder for them. Dallas is sending a message: they're not just looking to win, they're looking to dominate. So, with all that said, who is the Cowboys' biggest rival? Is it Philly, with their ongoing battle for NFC East supremacy? Is it San Francisco, the team that's crushed Dallas' playoff hopes year after year? Maybe it's Green Bay, with the countless gut-punch moments that still sting to this day. Or is it Washington, the historic foe that has been there from the very beginning? The truth is, the answer depends on who you ask. But one thing is for sure, this trade has a ripple effect that impacts all of these rivalries. The Cowboys have made a bold statement, and they're ready to take on anyone that stands in their way. Now, Cowboys Nation, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let us know, who do you think is the Cowboys' biggest rival? And what do you think about this blockbuster trade? Does this move put the Cowboys over the top? Do they now have what it takes to finally bring home another Lombardi trophy? We want to know your thoughts. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest Cowboys news and updates. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Cowboys!